Maria.
And this is Esther.
And together we are
the Consort Counsellors!
Today we present a couple of tips to work on speed and agility in your ensemble.
To play fast, we have to deal with at least 4 different elements: fingers, articulation, air, but also our brain, our concentration. And our tips touch on all these different aspects.
We like to take Bach's Brandenburg Concerto number 3 and then the third movement as our practice material. Because in this movement there is a lot of simultaneous 16ths going on in the different parts.
It may seem contradictory, but we all know it's true. The faster you want to play a certain passage, the slower, very mega ultra much slower you should practice it.
Yes, because by playing mega slow, you have enough time to control all your body parts. Your fingers can move very consciously from one pitch to the other. Your tongue can be very precise. And there is enough time to read ahead, which is really important. And a nice side effect is you need much more air to play the phrases, so this will be much easier in the end as well.
Remember to always use the same articulation regardless of the tempo you choose to practice in. If your target tempo is really fast and you want to use double tonguing eventually, use double tonguing when you practice slow. If your target tempo allows you to play with single tonguing, then you use single tonguing in the slow practice.
Play the passage on one note and choose a note in the middle register, because the middle register is very flexible when it comes to different types of articulation. And then check if your articulation is smooth. Decide upon using double tongue or single tongue and decide upon the length of each note to check if you all do the same in your ensemble.
Slightly related to this exercise is the next one, the human metronome. Let one of the players in your ensemble play ongoing 16th notes on a repeated pitch. In this case, for example, the middle F. The other players are going to one by one practice a few bars against this human metronome. The human metronome enters one bar before the piece actually starts, so everybody can hear the tempo. The human metronome is of course keeping you in time, but also it's a good reference for tuning. If you suddenly play louder or softer, you will notice.
You can do the same exercise with 8 notes, because this is actually how it works in a piece. The 8 notes are the motor of the whole piece, so that's very good reference points. Maria is going to be our reference point, the motor with 8 notes, and I'm going to play the piece.
When you play the actual piece, in this case you will notice that this human metronome of 8 notes is divided among the different parts. So all the time you can listen to it, and sometimes you will be the human metronome. In other pieces, this function is more given to the bass part, and then you can rather listen to them.
Choose uncomfortable tempi to play with the metronome, because the proportion between different note values feels very different when you play in different tempi, and it's very good that you can adjust all the time.
This previous example was 60 beats per minute, and now we took it down to 55, and I bet that's gonna feel quite uncomfortable because it's just a little bit slower.
There you go! Try also way faster than your desired tempo, even if it's not accurate anymore. Just play the notes you can and the beat goes on forever.
Learn the most difficult passages, even if it's just 1 or 2 bars, from memory. Because then you don't need to look at the score, so you also free yourself from it. You don't have time to get anxious about notes you may have or about playing it always in the same way. You can focus on relaxing.
And if you still want to read, you can read much more ahead than you were used to. And in this way you don't get stuck on the bar and you will play much better.
Another useful exercise. Slur everything from beginning to end without any articulation, and in that way you will be able to check the movement of your fingers, if everything is well coordinated or if there are any uncoordinated or sticky movements of your fingers. If there are, try to identify which finger is the slowest and focus particularly on that one when you play the next time, making the movement especially robotic with the fingers up and down, very active in that moment. As you see, the fingers are actually already articulating for you.
Maybe this is the most important tip, because a tempo choice is important, but it's also not over important. When your ensemble is not able to play a piece that fast, there are still some tricks where you can suggest the flow and suggest the speed. So playing on a tempo which is slightly slow but comfortable for everyone is really not a big deal when you agree upon common direction to avoid standing still or stiffness. The Amsterdam Loeki Stardust Quartet made a really cool arrangement of the piece we've been practicing today, and they recorded it on their CD Extra Time. And check out the tempo they use, it's really, 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 really fast.
The Consort Counsellors will exist for exactly 1 year next week. To celebrate our first anniversary, next week we will have a very special episode in which we want to answer your questions.
Send us all you want to ask us before the evening of the 14th of February, Valentine's Day. We are looking forward to receiving your questions.
And to answer them next week, so see you then!
Bye bye!
Bye.
If you like our stuff,
don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos from the Consort Counsellors.